There we go.
Howdy, partner.
Fuck everything.
Howdy, partner. Bang! So we're gonna be doing something. Honestly, it's kind of, I guess, surprising that I haven't read this one yet, considering the fact that I did go through a creepypasta phase in which I read, like, all of the classic pastas. Like, way back when. This being one of those, but we're doing the NES Godzilla creepypasta, which is written by Cosbydaf. I'm guessing that's how that's pronounced. I don't know much about this except for the fact that it has to do with a haunted version of the Godzilla NES game.
So this is either going to be real great or real terrible, depending.
One of the categories on this is suggested reading.
So real great or real terrible, then.
I guess, yeah.
Yes. Yes, my roommate is watching Empire.
Spot on.
Just hear random screaming and cussing. You watching Empire? Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to start on chapter 1 of this, Earth and Mars. Which, of course, link to this will be in the description to read along. When I was a little kid, the two things I loved most in life were Godzilla and NES games.
I can relate to that.
Fucking ads on this site. Holy shit. Let me press the X. Why is no. Okay, that was an annoyance. Anyway, so naturally, when Godzilla, why did everything suddenly move now?
The website is telling you that you're not allowed to read the story.
I guess the website is haunted and another ad just loaded in. Okay. Go away. There we go. So naturally, when Godzilla Monster of Monsters came out, it was like a dream come true. Well, almost. Sum it up, most of the game revolved around getting through very repetitive outer space levels while smashing up tanks and jets, and then fighting against Godzilla's monster enemies. Overall, it was pretty mediocre, but back then I didn't care. When I got the game as a present for my 10th birthday, I played it night and day as much as I could.
Yeah, I think I've played like an emulator of the game, like online somewhere, and subpar, but still fun enough. And then Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee came out for the GameCube, and that is still one of my favorite games of all time.
I think like subpar but good enough could probably work as a good descriptor for most NES games.
Yeah, true. Well, they were figuring stuff out back then, but
yeah.
They just got a charm to them, you know? Unfortunately, I traded the game for Amagon a year later, much to my regret when I found out what that game was like. Recently, I had bought a new NES system, and through a lot of hunting and asking around, my friend Billy finally managed to find a copy of Godzilla Monster of Monsters, and I'm curious to see what Amagon is.
I don't think I've heard of that one either, but then again, I think it has been very much established that I am not much of a quote-unquote gamer.
Known in Japan as suddenly Macho Man.
Gamer? No, you must understood. I'm a gamer maid.
Gamer girl.
Yeah, I'm a gamer. Yeah. Backflips into the ocean and steals your girlfriend.
Also, wait. You said that the Japanese name was suddenly Macho Man?
Yep, it looks...
Macho Man.
It kind of looks like a knockoff Contra.
I'm like, all I can imagine is just fucking Randy Savage breaking into someone's house and threatening them to eat Slim Jims.
Yeah, hang on a sec.
Apparently there's a boss fight against the Flatwoods monster.
Let's see if I can find a bigger one. Nope. This will probably be the best quality one I can find. This is the game.
Yeah. I know my fucking cryptids. I recognize what the fuck that thing is. That's the Flatwoods Monster.
Cool. I don't know what that is.
Alien. That's literally all it is.
Oh, okay.
It was like a West Virginia thing.
Oh, okay.
You're a West Virginia thing.
Actually, no. Anyway, I believe it's your turn. Your line.
You're mistaken.
Somehow I doubt it this time.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how to. I've never really used this.
This site?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay,
Okay, here you go. I was pumped to play my favorite childhood game. It never even occurred to me to ask where Billy found it. He also gave me some other games like Legend of Zelda, Bomberman, and some stupid thing called Action 52, but Godzilla had to come first.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
generally, yes. I mean, it was the most interesting part of Godzilla King of Monsters. Definitely wasn't the human part, that's for sure.
Never gonna let that go, are you?
No, because some fucking studio was like, we need to add more humans to the Godzilla movie. Like a fucking idiot.
Dude, it's just a movie. Calm down.
The movie could have been great if they had just not focused on the humans.
I'm seriously starting to get annoyed.
Was with.
I'm still trying to find a way to resize a photo because apparently every single photo I find is either too large or not a valid image link.
That's. The fact that they can be considered too large for what you're looking for is a bit concerning.
Well, it's because it's a display picture for this thing and still under review, damn it. It's because it's a display photo for basically profile image for this server thing that I'm on. They do have a size limit for display photos for their system able to process it. And so the maximum size is 500 by 500, and the most recent photo I found, I think, is like 600 by like 853. So I'm needing to find a way to like make it smaller. But all this stuff that I'm finding doesn't like do it where I get like basically the same image in like an image link, and instead is like trying to fucking like do it like a like just download it to my computer, and I'm like, no, I just
which fucking thing is it? Okay. Here's a possibility for what you could do. Take the picture. There's a site. It's called Piskel. It's basically for a thing, like a thing for making 8-bit GIFs, but you can control like the resolution of the image. So what you can do is you can import the picture in, and then you can, sprite editor, and then you can resize it to the desired pixel size, and it will compress the picture into that.
Okay.
So it'll resize it.
But it's wanting me to create a sprite.
Yeah, you create sprite, and then you can import images into the created sprite.
How do you do that?
It has been a fucking while. Give me a sec.
Here we go. Never mind, I found it.
Okay, there we go. So I started the game, and the nostalgia came flooding back like a tidal wave. Godzilla's 8-bit, okay.
Hang in there, Llytic.
8-bit theme song flooded proudly through the speakers, and I was soon grinning like an idiot. I have not got enough sleep after yesterday. I almost said after tomorrow.
You need to take care of yourself, dude. Like, come on.
Look, man, this fucking job search thing has got me exhausted.
Understandable.
Really?
Sorry.
So,
Yeah, grinning like an idiot. Some people laugh at me for playing such outdated games. Okay, who? But I've never had as much much enjoyment for any games other than those on the NES. Those 8-bit games take me back to when things were much simpler, more safe. But after what's happened with this game, I don't have those feelings anymore.
Fourth wall can't save you now, bitch.
It never could.
Fuck, now I'm just thinking back to one of the Twilight fanfics in which we had... No, it wasn't a Twilight fanfic, it was Midnight Sun. We had the running joke that Bella was in fact just a giant humanoid owl that had somehow gained sentience.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Also, we made a joke at some point about her being hitch as fuck, and I'm not sure how that happened. But someone commented about that, and it was like, wait.
That might have...
Yeah, no, that didn't work. Because it doesn't let me save it as an image link that I can then turn
export.
around
You have to then export it.
Oh, fuck. I just accidentally closed. Let's see.
Because it's the same way with like photo editors and stuff like that. What you have to do is export the image. If you just save it, it'll save it as a file.
So is it fucking...
Welcome to our reading of the Godzilla NES Creepypasta, NES Godzilla Creepypasta, in which Ichi-Tan struggles with finding a properly sized image.
You suck my...
Suck what?
Turtles.
I like turtles.
I'm not in the mood for turtle soup.
That reminds me of this one picture. Hang on, let me see. If
I don't want to see... What the fuck? I just want it as an image link.
You can do it as an image link. As an image. Like, the whole thing is it would be... I believe it would be a sprite sheet, so it would be a whole thing as if you had multiple frames. But there'd only be one frame in this case.
Yeah, and...
Gamera. Got it.
I'll have the turtle soup. Alright, bring it on, asshole!
One of the public libraries actually has one of the Gamera movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Might have to check. I might have to...
I don't want it as a GIF.
Okay, let me look and see
No,
which
stop
specific
downloading it. I just want an image link.
How did you end
It
up
only
downloading
gives
it
me
as a GIF?
option. No, I didn't download it as a GIF.
Spreadsheet file export.
Yes.
Spreadsheet file, that's the one.
Yes, and then what it does is it downloads it to my computer in order to put the image as the display picture for this thing I'm trying to do. I need a link, an image link.
So you can't do that just from your computer.
No.
Because the issue then is that you would need to actually find a version of the image that's already online that's the proper size.
That's what I'm trying to do.
In which case, either you have to upload it to a social media of some kind, or
That's
someone
what I'm
online.
trying to do, and everything just gives me options to download it to my computer.
Okay, download it to your computer and then post it on some site, and then do a link to the image from there.
I'm trying to do that, and it won't let me.
Why the hell is it set up that you need to do an image link? That is just a terrible way to do it.
This website was made back in the early 2000s.
That explains it.
Then why are you using it?
Because it has nostalgia. Suck my dick.
Terrible reason. It's a terrible reason to use it.
It's a text-based RP. You're jealous.
No! I'm not!
Yes.
I am
You
not
are.
jealous of poor optimization.
Suck my dick.
No. Pay me first. So Your
I'll
line.
make you cupcakes.
Not good enough payment. I can't buy things with cupcakes.
Says
I
you.
can't.
And if you smuggle drugs in them and just say, "Hey, these are special cupcakes."
That's called drugging people. That's a bad thing to do, Tom.
Well, some people pay money for that stuff, you know.
Yes, but there's a difference between that and just smuggling drugs into the cupcakes.
See if this fucking. My line.
Cupcakes
Something.
can't pay the rent. I had forgotten.
I had forgotten how quick the fun of smashing things as Godzilla wore off in the scrolling levels. The game bombards you with bullets and things crashing into you from every direction, and you're too big to avoid most of them. Although my excitement had worn down some, it wasn't long at all before I got to my first boss battle.
Alright. My first opponent was Jizora, an obscure squid kaiju that had never been in a Godzilla movie.
The most annoying thing about fighting Gazora is that he always backs you into a corner and starts smacking you with his tentacle, and you're unable to move until he gets off you.
Same.
That
Whoa.
sounds like something else,
Whoa.
but okay.
Whoa!
This move doesn't do any damage. Still starting to sound...
Same.
But I can tell
Shut
you
up.
until the timer runs out and you have to start the fight over, and he regains some health.
And with a melee damage link, you motherfucker!
That does sound like a terrible boss fight. Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
The boss fight is done just exclusively by causing the clock to run out.
Mm-hmm.
Still having issues, Ichi-Tan?
Just suck my dick.
No.
I think that's a yes.
I'm pretty sure I said no, Tom.
No. Her answer is that yes, she is still having issues. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's really unfortunate given
Because I can turn around and I can send it to y'all here, and it's valid.
Yep.
But it's telling me it's not valid.
Click on Open Original on that one and try to use that link.
That might work. I once managed to send a link to a picture on my phone through Tinder by literally putting it into a Discord chat, opening said picture through Google, and then sending the link through Tinder.
Finally, thank you, Tom, for being helpful. Unlike some people.
I fucking tried.
Hey, Llytic was trying. Give him that much at least.
I was giving you a way to resize the picture.
That was an epic failure. Ow.
You said you needed to resize the picture. I gave you a way to resize it.
Size your face.
I'd rather not. My face would look weird if it was any other size on my head. And it already
Small
looks
face
weird as
Llytic.
is. No! No! You're a line.
No.
Yes. What the fuck was that? Yeah, it's your
So.
line.
Is it it's as annoying as it sounds?
Yep.
It's the one after that, I believe. Or
No. You had the description of what it was like fighting Jizora.
And oh yeah, okay, yeah. I read ahead in my head, and I didn't. I said that out loud. I'll be quiet.
Okay. Anyways, it's as annoying as it sounds, and of course he did it when I fought him, only for some reason this caused the game to glitch up because he started smacking me. Because once he started smacking me, he never stopped.
Same.
The timer is supposed to end the fight in about 40 seconds, but this lasted for nearly 5 minutes. After a while, the graphics started to mess up with little red blocks all over the place.
I was gonna say, Jizora ain't looking too good, homie.
Jizora's like, I'm going
Life
to
is
tear you to
pain.
pieces because that's what I feel like all the time. I don't fucking know. I'm tired, dude.
Which was weird, but I just took the game out, blew on it, and started again. Okay, don't do that. That adds moisture into the game cartridge and will cause further damage. I mean, that's just what the problem was. Too many people were blowing into the cartridge.
Maybe the game just wanted revenge for all the things that blew it.
So many people blew into the cartridge that it gained anger.
Yes.
I wasn't about to let
the anger of all those gamers who were tired of the game not working, so they did that, and the game was like, fuck you, no.
No. It was the anger of all those game cartridges that got destroyed because of all the fucking breath vapor that ended up corroding the fucking electronics inside.
Yeah, that works too.
I wasn't about a little glitch stand in my way. After all, I wasn't a little bitch. So I started again, and this time defeated Jizora and the level's other boss monster, Maguera, without any problems.
Maguera.
Maguera?
I
mean, Jizora is apparently one that never showed up in the movie, so maybe Maguera didn't either.
Possibly. So then it was on to the next planet, Mars. I browsed around the board and found something unexpected. Where Varan's place should have been, there was instead a piece representing Titanosaurus. Oh, he's one of my favorites. There were only 10 kaiju in the game, and Titanosaurus was not one of them. Or so I thought. Perhaps Titanosaurus was originally intended to be in the game, but was swapped out with Varan for some reason?
Maguera. Oh, no. Okay, that's Maguera. He was from, like the not
Mechagodzilla?
Mechagodzilla? Yeah. He was the weird, he was supposed to be like the weird beak face thing.
Oh, no. Mogera. Yeah.
Yeah, Mogera.
Yeah, here's another one that's really fun.
I just find it hilarious that he's supposed to be an improved design on Mechagodzilla, and he is just like, this is not.
Life is pain. Save me.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Can throw me a goddamn capture.
Like, I don't think that the improved design for Mechagodzilla should be begging for death.
Yes.
Anyway, your turn, Ichi-Tan.
Yes, I know. I was waiting for y'all to shut up.
Sorry.
Okay. So I began to feel very excited. Not only was I playing my favorite game, but I was playing a prototype of some sort with the new monster. Needless to say, I ran through the levels as fast as I could to see Titanosaurus in action.
I was going to say, that would be an interesting thing if it's like, holy crap, maybe this was a game that never made it to release. There's new content here. That would be really cool, not going to lie.
Oh, yeah. I think that is just like it's understandable kind of why sometimes in stories like these, characters make that assumption, because that is like this weird sort of like
allure,
fantasy, I guess, when it comes to video games of like, yeah, I managed to find like this special edition that no one else has ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
But Jizora again and beat him before he could do his tentacle smack. Same. But this time the glitch started happening when he died. Jizora's sprite didn't sink to the bottom, but instead seemed to be devoured by the glitch, and his eyes started randomly spawning all over the screen. I will say, one of the things that this is kind of giving me flashbacks to is been drowned in the fact that there is more of a visual component with this story that unfortunately we can't exactly cross over as well just through vocal medium, but it is a nice touch.
Yeah. No, this is really cool. Like, if y'all aren't following along with the link in the description, the pictures add much more. But like the whole thing with this is like it looks like they were able to get some like sprites from like Spriter's resource or something like that, and then just they probably did this on their own, and it's a very good piece of work right here. I think. I mean, you could probably do some copy and pasting and stuff, but it looks good. I like it.
Well,
I know now that these glitches were with Gazora were my first warning sign that something was very wrong with this game, but foolishly I ignored it and proceeded on to fight Mogera, who this time had a glitch of his own. Oh, he's very big.
Oh my god, he's huge. That damn boy, he's thick.
Oh.
He's a thick robot.
God damn it! Why did you just say that? Because I literally just got a message on my thing, and again, it's a text based roleplay, and somebody literally just sent me a message saying, "I bet you're tight." Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
Lovely.
So I kind of my brain kind of went.
I'm sorry, what?
Apparently she's immediately being creeped on.
Yeah, no, but like I'm just thinking like just your brain right there. It's like he says that and you're like, I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what? And then immediately followed by that's a thick robot.
Mm.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Again, you're also the person that decided you needed to go with a picture of a lolly for this.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
No. Don't make me kink shame you.
Anyways, what was my line?
Your line
was twice.
Yeah,
it's under the picture of the thick robot.
Thick robot. What? Oh, how do you say that?
Mogera.
Oh, Mogera was twice the size. Which was twice the size he should have been, which startled me. He was also considerably harder to beat than usual, which is to say, not at all, but soon I had defeated him also, and when he died, yet another glitch happened. Oh god, that's creepy.
He's been destroyed by the thickness.
Oh no.
That's a mood.
The clap of his cheek shattered him.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
Yeah. I don't feel bad, but I know it was bad.
This happened extremely fast, so I was lucky to get a screen cap of it all. But what happened was that the giant Mogera sprite started to shatter and melt. Also, if you looked at the garbled text in the right corner of the screen, you'll notice what appears to be a bird in a cage. Huh. I still have no idea what that meant. It does look like that. That's... Huh.
Interesting. Well, no, that is really cool. At this point, I was about to fight Titanosaurus, and I was worried as to what kind of glitches would happen this time. But to my surprise, Titanosaurus looked just fine. Although all of the game's bipedal monsters were the same height, Titanosaurus was a bit taller. Yeah, he's got a long neck. But since Titanosaurus was taller than Godzilla in his film debut, I thought this was kind of cool.
He a long boy. Can relate. Ichi.
Yeah, hold on, I'm scrolling.
Okay.
After a very fun fight with the monster that wasn't supposed to be in the game, I took over the enemy base and proceeded not to Jupiter like normal, but instead to Pathos.
All your base are belong to Godzilla.
Mood.
Alright, Chapter 2, Pathos.
You're a Pathos.
I I'm not sure how to respond to that.
Just take the compliment.
I guess. Pathos is typically considered a good thing, usually. Unless it's like...
Itchy.
Pathos was the same as Jupiter in layout, except the board was dark blue rather than green. First thing I noticed was that the usual level icons had been replaced with a blue rock of some kind. By a blue rock in some kind of orange honeycomb shape.
There was one icon that had a jungle icon shape, but I didn't pay much thought to it. I checked the other side of the board to see the new monster. Instead of Fedora, it was Biolante. Biolante!
Said library also has Godzilla vs. Biolante.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
I mean, it is a giant killer flower, so I guess kind of. If we're going by shit that heteros say.
Okay, so... But, let's see here. But that couldn't have been right. Godzilla vs. Biolante didn't come out until 1989, and this game was made in 1988. Perhaps Toho put Biolante in the game to build excitement for the movie next year, but changed their minds. I tried to rationalize the game's abnormalities any way I could, but this would prove to be futile.
Pathos' map song was the first new song I heard in the game. Like most of the new songs, it was hard to describe. I'll try.
It started out slow and suspenseful, much slower than any song in the game. But every 12 seconds or so, there would be a loud clashing sound and the tempo changed. It's like the composer randomly played parts from 5 different songs with the same instruments.
Trippy.
I moved Godzilla over to one of the many blue rock icons that replaced the jungle icons and started the level. The level resembled a blue mountain range with a blood-red planet in the sky, but there was something odd about the mountains. They had a shredded paper look to them. I thought maybe at first the glitch had affected it, but it looked far too intentional.
Yeah, it is kind of like a weird texture to actually see for a physical object in a NES game.
Mm-hmm.
I quickly noticed something about this new level. There were no enemies at all. Not even any obstacles.
I should also mention that this was the point. That this was where the point meter started to become glitched beyond comprehension, but it didn't bother me much. I never keep up with game points.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't usually care too much about stuff like that, but I get where you're coming from.
Let's see here.
So without.
So without having to focus on anything, I listened to the music while walking through the level unopposed. The music had a sorrowful feel to it. It would have been rather pleasant had I heard it in a normal game.
The level went on for 3 screens, but with no obstacles around, I finished it very quickly. Tried other levels of the same type to see if any enemies appear, but there were none. There was little else to be seen in the Blue Mountains, so I tried another level type. The other level type. Team. I started.
Yeah, I started one of one of the orange levels, and my eyes were assaulted with a grotesque background of tumorous orange eyes. The sky was the same as the ground, so I assumed the game was indicating that this level takes place in a cave. I mean, possibly, yeah.
Weird.
Cave. Let's see here. Oh, that does look weird.
Yeah.
The only enemies here were Matango spawn, But as you can see, the little bastards were everywhere. The music certainly didn't help, with a mixture of screeching sounds and loud drum beats that sounded like a monster's theme in a horror film. After completed it, I tried to avoid playing through any more of these levels whenever I could.
I mean, makes sense. Sometimes a bad soundtrack can really mess up like an experience for different things.
Where? Okay. Now I'm finding a thing on Matango. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there were mushroom people in one of the Godzilla movies at some point. So I was trying to find that because, like, I remember like one old Japanese like monster movie called Matango, in which people got infected by like mushroom spores and turned into fungal zombies.
Last of Us.
You know, the weird thing is that seems to be like the only reference I have for like the whole trope in Japan of like mushroom people.
Mushroom bees. Whatever could it mean? It means you lived a life of sin.
Well then. Because I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what the fuck inspired the Matango from the Monster Girl Encyclopedia? And that is the only thing I could find. The map was short, so it was only a few minutes before I was headed towards a rematch with Gezura, whatever, and Mogera. But this time, their sprites and attack patterns were vastly different. What the fuck is that?
Tentacle monster from hell.
Kinky.
I fought Mogera first. Mogera's replacement was a flying machine with a slight resemblance to a Pascagoula alien. It was a bit like fighting Mothra, only it moved great. It attacked by spinning its front tentacle like a corkscrew, and it still had an eye beam, except now it fired from the drill.
That is just the fuck.
We
sure that's a drill.
I
mean, it's gonna be drilling you, that's for sure.
Oh no.
See,
oh yes.
This Slinky aberration had replaced Gazora, and the new beast was more of a challenge. It would run up and jump at a fast pace, constantly swinging its arms around and making it hard to get close. And of course, it tried to pin me in the corner with as much annoying resolve as ever. I defeated it using a combination of tail whip and heat beam spamming.
I absolutely fucking hate what I'm looking at.
That thing looks like a thing I used to have nightmares about. I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that thing in some bad hentai.
I want to punch its eye.
When I was a small child, I used to have this... What the fuck? Oh, sorry. When I was a young child, I had this like recurring nightmare of like this little creature that was probably about 2 or 3 feet tall, and it looked like it was just made of like this blue gelatinous material that was kind of see-through. It had glowing yellow eyes, and it would steal people's eyeballs, and when it would like steal your eyeballs, you could see the eyeballs floating around in its like body.
Well, that's
I hate that.
horrifying.
Yeah, that was a recurring nightmare I had as a child, and I don't know where the fuck it came from, but oh my god.
Maybe you had maybe you had an unrealized fear of Jello.
That sounds like something that you'd expect to be in like some fantasy horror story.
Yeah, no, I remember when I was little, like I saw. Okay, so you know, like the ground, like meat, and like the that's like lines or whatever. I remember seeing that one time when I was a kid, and it disturbed me greatly. And I had like a nightmare about this amalgamation, like weird monster that was in a bucket that would drag you into it, that you had to keep an eye on. And it would just swim in a circle, but it had like the same texture as the meat at the grocery store.
Ew.
Yeah, no, as a kid, I was scared of a lot of things, but like thinking back, it's like, holy crap, man, my imagination.
There was no one left to fight now but Biollante, so I eagerly started the battle. Wait, nope, that's the wrong line.
Ouch.
That was my line, Llytic.
Yes. I defeated them and was going to fight Titanosaurus, but when I started the fight, Titanosaurus was nowhere. Nowhere to be seen, and the game simply went back to the map with the Titanosaurus piece now missing.
There was no one left to fight now but Biollante, so I eagerly started the battle.
Everything's been all fucky up till now, so this should turn out well.
Mm-hmm.
Fucky wucky.
No. Okay, just because the people you're currently role-playing with,
No,
No,
by
it's
all
just
means,
that's the
continue. It
way
makes
your
Llytic-
the way your voice glitched on my end, as it literally sounded like you said that.
I said fucky. I didn't say wucky.
It sounded like you said fucky wucky. Like, you ready for some fucky wucky? Ooh.
Never. If you have to ask, the answer is no.
I'm not sorry. I'm never sorry.
Yeah, I know.
No reason to be sorry. It's quite funny.
Known you for like 5 years now.
Yee. So anyways, what line am I reading?
I was quite.
Oh. I was quite surprised that Biollante started the fight in her rose form. She was immobile and used tentacles to keep me away from the main body, which took the most damage.
Huh.
Makes sense.
Which, that also means that... I will say, based on what they said, wouldn't that also mean that the Biollante would have to be a custom sprite created by the author?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there
That's
might have been
actually-
Godzilla Super NES where Biollante showed up there, but
Unlikely,
yeah.
I guess.
Mhm.
As expected, she turned into her final form after taking enough damage. Sprite looks pretty damn good for 8-bit. Okay. I know I just complimented you on that, but...
Okay, dude. You don't need to stroke your own ego. It's fine. The battle
author
technique...
just Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was gonna say the author just like tried to stealth compliment themselves. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Don't get cocky.
Don't get cocky walkie.
I know. How about you get your cocky walkie out of the chat?
Get your cocky walkie out of the chatty watty. The battle technique was the same, except now Biollante could move, albeit slower than any other monster. Being hit by the tentacles did more damage now. Biollante could do an acid spit, which I managed to avoid by jumping in the screen cap.
Okay, hold on. See, not much more difficult to beat than Titanosaurus. It only took 2 rounds, but when Biollante was gone, the music had stopped, and there was a new icon replacing the bass.
Oh, that's an angry mask.
Yep. Yeah, because that's the whole, I never read the story before, but I have seen, like, the picture of the whole thing with this one.
Mm.
So I recognize that. It is kind of a creepy-looking thing.
Yes.
The icon wasn't there before I beat Biollante. It resembled a red tribal mask, and I had a feeling of dread when I saw it. But since it replaced the base, it must be the only way to exit Pathos. I moved Godzilla to the square and started the level.
Okay.
That is a weirdly chaotic image.
It was a hellish-looking place with no sky and a flickering fire in the background. The fire looked far more advanced than seen on the NES. There was music in the form of a slow, steady drum sound resembling a heartbeat.
Dun-dun.
Dun dun.
Dum dum. Dum dum. Dum dum. Dum dum.
I mean, I know it's supposed to sound like a heartbeat, but I just imagine the Law and Order sound, and I don't know why.
So what does it say? It was a. Oh, sorry. What you said? You did the drum beat, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Hold on. My thing glitched, and now I don't remember where I was at.
All the text.
All the text. Yeah, that's what I thought. But then, like, the thing glitched, so I had to scroll back down. All the text on the top of the screen and the life bar were gone. In their place was a single bit of text in the middle of the screen that said "Run."
Objective: survive.
Halo Reach is a good game.
My feeling of dread had intensified. What? Ichi-Tan?
What?
It sounded like he said something.
I just said Jesus fucking Christ.
Ah,
Run. Do.
more people. Fucking hell. More people in that roleplay server?
No, I was just saying
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ. What we're fucking reading, you fucker, fuck.
Okay. Is that like a good Jesus Christ or a bad Jesus Christ?
I don't fucking know anymore.
Okay.
My
I
feeling
mean, so
of,
far this hasn't been bad.
it's just not as creepy. Like the Oblivion one we did was really good because it was
The
like one of those.
Oblivion one was not bad, weirdly enough.
Uh-huh.
Like, that actually did get some tingles up the spine.
My feeling
Yes,
of
tingly wingly.
Don't take my line, Tom.
sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
My feeling of dread had intensified. I cautiously walked through the level. You're supposed to run. You're doing it wrong.
You might not be able to run.
But like the Blue Mountains, there were no enemies. I paced around for a minute before thinking, run? From what?
I'm assuming we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
The first time it hit me, I didn't even see it.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even see it. I heard a
Hit me from
noise
behind.
outside my room and turned back to see if something fell. When I looked back, Godzilla was dying. I figured it must have been a glitch. But I wasn't going to play through the game without Godzilla, so I restarted the game and went to the password screen.
I haven't
Right.
mentioned that. What?
Rant,
Rant.
rant.
I haven't mentioned how creepy the password screen music is. Played the game, you know what I mean. It doesn't at all fit the mood of the game. It's like something from a horror game. Maybe they made it like that so kids wouldn't cheat.
Don't cheat, kids. Don't
Or Godzilla will get you.
It will.
Wait.
I was quite annoyed at this point because I thought I was going to have to fight all the monsters again, but that didn't happen. The game started me off right where I was before I started the red face level, so I tried again, making sure to pay attention this time.
That's when I heard a low bellowing sound. Then I saw it. This thing.
You know that feeling when your body has when you feel like you're in extreme danger? Start to recoil and tense up as the adrenaline flows through your veins and your nerves start to feel very cold.
Yeah, me neither.
I hate this image.
That's why I said Jesus fuck.
Okay, so you saw it then. That's alright.
Swiggity swooty, he's coming for the booty.
No!
Tom, are you gonna read your line?
yeah, give me a sec. That's the feeling I had when I took this screen cap.
Ah! I hate it.
Tickle you.
I hate that. I hate that. What is with his hands?
God damn it, Pokemon Go.
Why does he have grabby hands?
Why is he so attractive?
What?
You feeling okay there?
I'm not talking about the creature.
You talking about Pokemon Go?
Yes. I just encountered Leader Arlo.
Was that the yellow team leader? Or wait,
No,
oh no, that
he's
would
a
be a
Team Rocket. He's a
Team
Team
Rocket.
Go Rocket leader, and fuck.
You need a few minutes to yourself there.
Okay, you're uploading a picture of him.
I'll look in a sec. I had a really.
Not my type.
Anyways, I hadn't seen all the Godzilla movies, but I'm pretty sure this was never in any of them. It had to be something the creators make up. What kind of sick fuck would put this in a children's game?
I hate this.
Slowly raised his hand.
Did you see the next image? I hate it. Remember that thing you said, Tom, about this thing not really doing it?
Yeah, it's still not doing it for me, but like
the visuals are doing it. I hate this. I hate looking at that.
he looks like a monkey.
He looks like a monkey, and he smells like one too.
By sheer dumb luck, or perhaps the adrenaline boost, I managed to run fast enough to get away from it. It ran very fast, so much so that if you saw it, you were almost certainly going to die. When I say die, I mean your monster gets killed instantly if the creature touches them.
The whole question becomes here. There's literally a comic where Godzilla goes to hell and fights his way out. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's also one of the IDW Godzilla comics, and most of those aren't very good.
Once I had gone back to the map, I was so afraid that I was extremely tempted to just shut the game off and try to pretend this never happened. I couldn't believe what I had just seen. It couldn't have been real. Godzilla can't lose. He didn't lose to King Kong in Godzilla vs. King Kong. He totally did.
No, he did.
He totally did.
Godzilla loses a weird amount of times, actually.
He gets his ass kicked, gets back up, and kicks their ass. That's how he does things.
Honestly, this is just... Oh, God. Like, there are those moments in, like, children's games in which all of a sudden, like, something fucking pops up and it just, like, gives you a fucking heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why the fuck did they put this here? That's what this is causing me to feel like. Like, this feels like that. Or, like those moments in, like, a children's cartoon. It's like, what the fuck was with that moment?
Yeah.
Well.
Understandable.
Anyway, your line.
Anyways, wait, oh god damn it.
And
and even if I wanted to continue, I still had to get, what?
One before that.
No, I just read that one.
Oh, wait, no, you had. Okay, never mind.
Sorry. Anyways, and even if I wanted to continue, I still had to get Mothra through this chase level, but as I stayed inactive on the map screen for a few minutes, my fear was replaced by burning curiosity. What the hell had just happened? What was the rest of the game like? I only had to beat this level with Mothra, and then it was on to the next world.
When I moved Mothra to the red face, the game registered it as me beating the level. I was quite relieved. I tried to prepare myself for the next world. Trance. Alright.
Chapter 3. Or are we going to continue? Or?
Yeah, Chapter 3.
Okay. Chapter 3. Trance. I was still pretty shook up from the last level when I started Trance. Trance's map music did nothing to ease the tension. As for how to describe it, have you ever heard the theme from Videodrome? That's the closest thing I could think of it to compare it to. I'm looking that up because I have not heard the theme from.
Should probably watch that at some point. Ichi-Tan.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Fine.
Oh
I
my
checked to
goodness.
see who the new monster was. It was Orga, a monster who didn't make his film debut until 2000, appearing in game made in 1988. So much for my theories about Titanosaurus and Biolante. There's no way this game was made in 1988.
So I went to the theme from Videodrome. Comment. Who else came here from the NES Godzilla pasta? Red to be exact.
Well then.
Uh,
Interesting.
and it is creepy ambience, so makes sense.
Yeah. Those guys at Toho may be smart, but I don't think they'd see. But I'm sure they couldn't see that far into the future. If they could, they never would have gave Roland Emmerich the rights to make a Godzilla movie.
Yeah, that movie was pretty bad.
Yes.
It was on Netflix, so I watched it the other day, and I was watching it like, oh my god, this is terrible.
That's a lot of fish.
No, this had to be a hack of some kind, which just opened up even more questions. Who made this hack? When? How? And most importantly, why? The why was the question that bothered me most. I have a question
Toby Fox
for
has done
God.
some weird shit.
I have a question for God. Why?
Why?
My immediate assumption was to think Billy did this to pull a joke on me, but that couldn't be right either. Billy didn't know how to make a ROM hack.
Joke's on you. Billy's been practicing this for years.
He's just waited until now to complete the opportunity.
And if he did, he'd probably do something simple and stupid, like replacing all the monsters with crudely drawn genitalia. Nice.
Yes.
You must fight Dikora. Unless Billy had some amazing game editing skills and a serious dark streak to his imagination that he never told me about, he couldn't have made this. Is it even possible to put a hacked ROM into a cartridge?
Mm-mm.
I mean, ROM hacked versions of games are a thing, so.
Mm-hmm.
Like Halloween hack. I don't know.
I think I would totally make a ROM hack and just make a game that's just like built of super like cringy woo speak and and just give it to you.
Why are you like this?
I think it'd be funny, honestly. If I could make a ROM hack, I'd make something like super creepy, then just leave it in a parking lot and see if it pops up on any of the internet forums at any point in time.
You're actually just the salesman from every video game creepypasta ever.
Yep. I did this
Hey,
for
kid.
shits and giggles.
Hey kid, I got some vintage video games for you.
I could get you a good price for them.
Is this just a blank CD that has Majora's Mask scrawled on it? No.
No. Maybe.
No, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
I do want the answer, though.
No, you don't.
Are you gonna buy the game or not?
It's only $5.
Well, I guess that's cheaper than I'm gonna get for it on eBay.
Aside from all of that, my eye was drawn to a icon. A question mark. Oh no, the Riddler has infiltrated Godzilla. I was really curious as to what it did.
It's where you keep getting the short ones.
Yeah, I'm slightly disappointed, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're also curious, so I'll explain the quiz levels now, since this was when they started appearing. There was one of these per map Huron. and they always appeared near the start of the map.
You start a quiz level, you get a screen like this. And then, do you like dogs? Yes or no? With
A very creepy face.
Weird Moon.
Do you like dogs? It was just some kid who who's like just wanted people to take his internet quiz that's really stupid and there's nothing to it. He's just like, I figured out how to do a ROM hack. Now people have to answer it.
Wait, what?
As you can see, there's a question at the top, a yes and no button, and an emoticon in the center. I refer to the emoticon as face. Real creative, I know. And for convenience, I'll refer to face as the one asking the questions.
The music for the quiz levels was a track actually in the game. It's one that plays when you try to use the GH1D0RA cheat and get set to the unplayable level.
Just gonna say it now, Tom. I don't think GHI is pronounced G.
Yes, it is. GH1 is not pronounced G, though.
That's what did I say I?
Yep.
Yeah.
I meant one.
Shut the fuck up.
G1 to 0. Face asks you 12 yes or no questions, and you move your monster to the buttons for your answers. When you answer, the question disappears and the face changes expressions for about 8 seconds, then goes back to neutral. I think you're confusing neutral with I've seen some shit. And a new question comes up. That face has seen some shit. There was no time. A new question comes up. There was no time limit, nor any right or wrong answers. No?
No.
No.
Face has no respect for the player's personal boundaries and will sometimes ask deeply disturbing and personal questions. For example, do you like hurting people? Have you ever killed or raped anyone? Have you been molested by a family member?
Whoa.
Well, that took a fucking turn.
Yep.
Sometimes no. No?
Shut the fuck up. Other times he would ask questions that were either numbling stupid, is the sun hot, is water wet, or flat out ridiculous, does your dog like the president? And maybe once per quiz, Face would ask you a question about the game.
I mean, I've never thought to ask my dog. With one exception, Face's expression changes seem to have no effect on the game, except for indicating what the game creator thought of your answer. His reactions rarely made any sense, and at first I thought they were randomly generated.
The questions never followed a pattern. Face never stayed on the same subject for more than 2 questions. Early on, there were questions that made me think Face was building up to something, only then to ask some stupid garbage.
Face just has ADD.
That is a possibility, yes.
It starts with here.
Here are the expressions of Face I saw while playing. I'll separate them into 2 categories, the expressions I understood and the expressions I don't.
First are the expressions I understood. First, neutral, his default expression. Second, angry. If you try to attack Face, his expression changes to this, but nothing else happens. It's a very angry face. Third, sad. Fourth, happy. Fifth, sick. Sixth, maniacal. Face made this expression when he was being an asshole. You'll see what I mean later. 7, surprised. 8, love. 8th, love. 9th, annoyed. 10, confused. 11, grumpy/hurt.
Guilty.
Guilty. Not grumpy. Whoops.
And here are the others. And the... This looks like...
Fuck?
I have questions.
Two of these only appeared once, numbers 1 and 12, and I suspect they might have been in-jokes from the creator. Their respective questions: do you like ice cream?
Do you like waffles? Yeah, we like waffles.
And are you a tough guy?
Weirdly enough, it was actually 1 that showed up with for "Are you a tough guy?" and 12 that showed up for "Do you like ice cream?"
Yeah, I like ice cream.
I like ice cream.
I want to eat some frozen yogurt.
No frozen yogurt for Tom.
Oh. Okay.
Sucks to suck, Tom.
And no whatever food you like, Llytic.
Fuck, I'm gonna starve.
That's what you get for being a little asshole and laughing.
It's not my fault my ass is small.
Now you've got that "Do you like waffles" song stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
I'm not complaining. It's just it's funny to me.
The Ichi-Tan's line
No, suck dick.
starts with "as for."
As for the questions in the first quiz, luckily I had a notepad and a pen handy. Something's biting me.
Might be a cat.
I don't have any cats in my room.
That's concerning.
Okay. I had a
Figure it out.
notepad. Yeah, I had a notepad and a pen handy. I have problems remembering things, so I often carry one around to jot things down, and sometimes I doodle in it when I'm bored. So when the first quiz started, I thought I'd record what happened. I'm glad I did.
Tom, what the fuck?
Tom, what are you? Oh, boy.
Tom!
It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm very tired.
Tom! Tom!
He's not sorry.
I'm not.
Here are the first series of questions, my answers, and Face's reaction. Quiz 1. Do you like the game? Yes. Happy. 2. Are you afraid? Yes. Surprised. Are you over 18? Yes. Weird face number 5.
That's what she said.
I'm not sure how to feel about that face to response to "Are you over 18?" Do birds have teeth? No. Number 4. Do birds have teeth? No. Love. You're gonna say, Tom?
I was gonna say, like, the whole thing with reacting to over 18. It's like I have a song play, but
Is peanut butter good? 5. Is peanut butter good? No. Sick.
he must be
You have a
allergic.
peanut allergy?
I was gonna say Face must be allergic to peanut butter.
No. I was meaning the author.
Oh, maybe.
The author answered no. 6. Does the moon rotate? Yes. Weird face number 11. Do you have a job? Yes. Confused. Oh, 7. 6. Do you like hurting people? No. Annoyed. 9. Is the sun hot? Yes. Sad. 11. Do you like dogs? Yes. Happy. 10. Do you like dogs? 11. Is the president good? Yes. Weird face number 3. Okay. 12. Does your dog like the president? No. Angry.
Now that I've explained all that, time for the gameplay.
What the actual fuck?
Let's see. After the quiz level, I tried the new green temple icon first.
Well, maybe this is why the game was so weird. One of the designers was clearly drugged out of his mind. I think I've played poker with one of those things before.
Oh god, that thing is ugly. Why? That is so ugly.
One hell of a poker face, though.
Oh.
It's raising its hands in the air like it just doesn't care.
Tom, it's your line.
Is it?
Yes.
Jokes aside, I was quite impressed by the graphics of this level, as disorienting as they were. But I hate those creepy blank staring statue faces. I think everyone else does too. The music had a hypnotic Indian techno vibe to it.
That's definitely a sentence. Just imagining every Bollywood musical ever.
Yep.
Which is every Bollywood movie ever.
Huh. Anyways. There were 2 new enemies in this level, flying ghost type thing with a trunk and a bat with a horse skull for a face. They appear at random, but I was lucky to get a screen cap of them both. Okay, that bat thing looks kind of like it's supposed to be some kind of like dinosaur, but at the same time, that does kind of look like a horse. No, that doesn't even look like a horse skull. That kind of looks like a
cow skull, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, no. You can kind of see from the way it's designed, it has upper like it's shaped almost like it has upper incisors, I want to say.
Hmm.
Horses have upper and lower incisors. Cows don't. Like, general shape does make me think more horse than cow. Honestly.
Why are you sticking your face in horse face?
Not. But that aside, my immediate thought with that image is a Shantak. From the Yog-Sothoology. Excellent. Why is it that everything that pops up when you Google horse skull and go to images is products? Why is it all of it stuff being sold?
Mm.
But... Although I guess, like, the placement for the nose is weird for a horse skull. Because I'm gonna... Let's see. Like, that's a horse skull. And... cow skull. Come on, just one from the side.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Off-brand Dr. Pepper.
I guess it kind of does look like a cow skull. I don't know. There's something about, like, maybe it's the dentation. I don't know.
Well, it is 8-bit graphics, so...
That is true. Then I proceeded to a Blue Mountain level, expecting another nice, calm stroll. I took my time walking through and was completely taken by surprise when this happened.
Not Megara came speeding towards me and took off quite a bit of health with his tentacle screws.
That's what she said.
Tentacle screwing.
I am 12. It only took me 2 minutes to kill him without having to worry about a time limit. But the boss monsters never showed up in the scrolling levels in the normal game. Other rules this game would break. All of them.
Okay, that is an unpleasant thing to look at.
This is the work of an enemy stand.
God damn it. Ay.
Ichi-Tan?
Ichi-Tan?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Another Blue Mountain stage. It was time to fight Not Varan, whose replacement was one of the most bizarre things in the game. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'll fucking say it's like a armless centaur with a backwards head.
And it's purple.
That too.
With spikes.
The strange creature attacks you by kicking and also opens up its chest and fires heat-seeking missiles.
What?
I still don't get it.
Why can't I fucking help? I run into a major dilemma. My feet get cold. I don't like my feet being cold, so I put on socks. But then, I don't like socks.
Use a blanket.
Yeah, no,
Put a blanket over your feet. I got a blanket over my feet, and it's nice.
The not Veron picture reminded me of this picture.
I
don't know why.
Don't like that.
Send more.
I'll see if I can find more. The missiles were sometimes a pain to deal with, but I found out you could tail whip them out of the way. Not Veron was probably the easiest of the monster
The
replacements.
same could not be said for not Hedora. What the fuck?
Actual fuck?
It's a scary thing.
It's a skeletal seahorse.
There's skeletal seahorse.
Not since college.
Really now?
Apparently, the source of the horse bats, not Hedora, was the most aggravatingly difficult monster to fight yet, mostly because of his special ability. He could shriek and summon a small swarm of those horse bat things. Fun.
I know there's only 2 in the screen cap, but every time he did this, about 10 would arrive. The AI took advantage of the and attacked me twice as fast while the horse bats were flying around.
Well. Sounds like the worst hard mode for a game I've ever heard of.
Once that annoyance was over with, I went through the Green Temple level to kill some enemies to restore my health. Interestingly, none of the horse bats showed up after Not Hedora was killed, and that was when I got an idea.
If killing all these monsters makes the red face show up, what happened if I avoid fighting Ogre and go straight to the base?
So I gave that a try.
The game told me there was no monster there when I tried to start the base level, and immediately afterward, the game took control of my Godzilla piece and moved it in front of Orga. My little trick didn't work, so I tried to prepare myself for another chase, but first I had to beat Orga.
Dom, why do you keep putting cursed images into chat right now?
Well, Ichi-Tan said to send more, so that's what I'm doing.
Okay, that spider one is fucking weird.
Yeah, I'll stop.
I think I once went on a blind date with that thing. Fight with Orga was confirmed another thing. Whoever created this game hack was clearly a Godzilla fan. Not only because they picked a monster like Orga, but they actually implemented something that happened in Godzilla 2000 in a neat way. In a really neat way.
Did Orga try to open his mouth and absorb Godzilla, and then Godzilla blew him up from the side out like he did in the movie?
Well, if you read.
Orga's primary attacks were a punch and a heat beam from his shoulder cavity, but once you had gotten him down to half his health, he knew he would expand his jaws and try to swallow Godzilla in the process of stealing your health and energy. Okay, cool. That answers that question.
Hate that image.
Hang on a sec.
But in doing so, he gave himself a new weakness, firing a heat beam into his mouth that would take a devastating 4 bars off his life meter.
That weakness revealed, I soon beat Orga, and despite how much I had hoped otherwise. Wow. The red face appeared on the map where the base was, and the music stopped.
Run! I readied myself as best I could. I started the level and seeing that it was basically the same as the first, I didn't waste a millisecond before I started hauling ass.
Hate that image.
I soon encountered obstacles in the form of a ground tile suspended in air. Most of them you could jump over or destroy. Others you had to crouch under.
About 40 seconds into it, I heard the horrible bellowing roar and saw the spider beast following close behind me. Stacks of all obstacles barely slowed it down. It would back up and then charge its way through them, smashing them into bits. And when the smaller obstacles got in its way, it would expand its jaws and swallow them whole.
Oh.
see again that image of Orga.
Mm-hmm. I was afraid, but with fast thinking and faster button pressing, I escaped him yet again. I felt really excited, so I laughed and said, "Not this time, asshole!" I decided to take a screen cap to celebrate.
But when I said that sentence just before the level ended, the monster did something that made my blood run cold.
It looked at me.
Okay, that's a little creepy.
That's what she said.
I hate that.
You fucking what, mate?
You fucking
Take that,
what?
asshole. Excuse me. Ah,
Ah, shit.
fuck. That just
I meant to say, could I sign a contract and could you be my patron?
that just reminded me. Okay. Like either of you watch like much in the way of Game Grumps or not?
Eh.
Like they went back to House Party because the creators of the game ended up adding in like a Easter egg in which they like Danny and Aaron actually show up in the game themselves. And one of the things that Dan brought up as just a phobia of his, or like a weird like nightmare of his, that just like was immediate. Just thanks. I hate the fact that this is now in my brain. Was the idea of watching porn and all of a sudden the people on the screen just turn to look at you and ask if you're enjoying it. And it's just nope.
Well, I was.
Well, I was, and then you had to
You
ruin
having a
it.
good time? Not anymore.
Not anymore. I need to go throw my computer out a window now.
Whose line is it?
That wave of mortal terror overtook me again, and I sure as hell wasn't laughing.
Well, shit. Ow. I took another screen tap of the next title right before I rushed to the bathroom to splash some water on my face and to take a piss that I nearly failed to contain when that fucking thing looked at me.
I mean, understandable.
Dementia.
Good on you for keeping it in, dude.
Which I believe that it's been over an hour now.
It has
So,
been a little bit over an hour, yes.
I guess,
let's
yeah,
see.
you're going to call it there for this one, I guess.
Cool.
Yep.
Looks like the next chapter is fairly long, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah. A bit of a slow burn at first, actually. But,
Please don't say slow burn because that just makes me think of like fan fiction that contains smut.
I mean, that's not what I was meaning, but okay. But yeah, it's actually not bad. I'm trying to figure out like in which way of scariness like this would actually fall under. Because there are different forms.
It's not even really scary. It's just kind of mildly disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'd say it would fit more under like existential dread than anything. Like just this general feeling of uneasiness. It's not like those ones where they just like, and then gore happened and it was scary. Or anything like that. It's just kind of it's an uneasiness.
Oh yeah, no, and hopefully like they'll ramp it up as it's going along. Because again, you are correct. It's kind of starting off slow, but as it's picking up, it's like okay, this is getting pretty good. And
the
I like the
visuals
pacing
definitely help with it.
Mm-hmm.
Without the visuals, honestly, it probably would not be like half as good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, special thank you to our patrons.
It's okay,
Special-
Llytic. It's 1:30 in the morning.
Special thank you to our patrons, Summer Moon Soldier and Destiny Baird, for, of course, doing what they do. If you like what we do and would like to support us, consider going down to that link in the description and donating any amount of money you really want to our Patreon. Pledging, really. Not donating. Why did I say donating? To our Patreon. yeah, I guess see you next time for more of whatever we end up reading.
Bye.
Bye.